Hi, this is Sandy, and I'm here for the collab. Hashtag JJ Madness stands for Junk Journal Madness. And Susan at iTurtleD love it, hosts this collab. And this month the theme was Easter. And so March has really gotten away from me. We are to complete a journal during the month based on the prompt that she gives us, and it was Easter this time, but March has gotten away with me, so I'm going to share how far I am, and then I'll keep working on it, and probably will not have it finished by the end of March, but I have started it, and I've got my cover and my signatures, and I'll show that in a minute. But this is the cover that I chose, and it was a piece of scrapbook paper that I had that had the different shades blending into one another, and I thought that that would be really pretty with the sky and then more of a green down towards the bottom. And so then I had this die cut that said hello, and then I die cut out this Easter a couple layers and glued them together to give it some dimension. And so I put that title on there. And then I had been gifted this rabbit in some Happy Mail, so I put it on the front. And I had these die cuts. I have this die, and so I glued two of them together to make a fence across the bottom, and kind of placed them so that it looked like the rabbit was maybe sitting on the fence. And then I had the lace that I put on this side to decorate the left-hand side of the front. And then I just have a piece of cardstock for the binding the spine. And then this is more of the cardstock that I used for the front. And then on the inside, I put a pocket out of some scrapbook paper I had and glued two little die cuts I had made of the little bunnies on there. And when I have a journal and stuff, I like to have a page to stick things in before I'm ready to put them maybe in the journal. And so that's what I did this time. I also had found this egg that I thought would make a great journaling card. And so I just stuck that in here for now, just before I decide where I want to put it in the journal. And that's really, other than putting the two signatures together, that's about as far as I've gotten in my junk journal so far. I was excited about this because I thought Easter uses a lot of bright colors, lots of flowers and colorful eggs and that type of thing. And years ago, I used to make a lot of flyers for different children's programs. And so I have a lot of copy paper that's colored, and I very seldom use it anymore. And so I thought this was a great opportunity to use some of that. And so I just went through and picked out some of the copy paper I had. This page actually came out of a sample pack of paper that I'd been sent that just had different samples that you could try, and then you could buy them if you wanted to. And then I just put some colorful pages. This is a light lavender. Otherwise, it's pretty self-explanatory. And I sewed it together with some string I have. And so then the rest of it is just the rest of this signature is just a repeat of what I showed you already. And then this was another piece of in that sample pack I'd gotten of different papers that you could order. And so I used that as the cover of this signature. And then I just used more colors out of my copy paper that I had left from making all those pretty flyers years ago. And once again, it's sewn in. And then that's just a repeat of the colors and everything. For the cover, I used a hanging file folder, and the metal piece that holds it on the, holds it in the file, had come off of the one side. And so it was not usable as a hanging file folder any longer. So I just cut it down, and it's nice and heavy, so it makes a nice cover for the journal. And so I cut it down and used it, and then just put some paper on the outside. But I decided it didn't look too bad to just be the cover. So that is how far I am on my junk journal. Not very far yet, but I wanted to share that while it was still March, and I will share more later, even though I probably won't have it finished by the end of March. But thank you for watching. Check out the collab. #JJ Madness.